everybody. Welcome to another episode of the WCPO High School Insider Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Dyer. Week 8 of the high school football season. Can you believe it? I mean, the regular season is just flying by, but our WCPO game of the week is 7-0 Lakota West at 6-1 Fairfield on Friday night. Expected to be a capacity crowd of 5,500 there at Fairfield Alumni Stadium. It will be very fun to watch that game as the GMC showdown gets started. Kickoff at 7 p.m. You're going to hear a little bit later from Fairfield coach Jason Krause as the Indians prepare for this crucial game. And a little later on, you're also going to hear from Western Brown coach Nick Osborne as the Broncos improved to 6-1, while senior quarterback Drew Novak moved up to number 3 all-time on the state's career passing yards list. But first up, one last look at Week 7. Our feature game took place at Nippert Stadium in front of an estimated 10,500 fans. Moeller won the GCL South title outright with a big victory, 42-14 over Elder. Junior running back Jordan Marshall scored a career-high 4 rushing touchdowns, including an 80-yarder, the first of his 3 touchdowns there in the second quarter. It was just a dominant performance all along for Moeller in that first half after leading by 35 points at halftime, having the running clock in the third quarter as well. I asked Moeller coach Mark Elder how special it was to win the GCL South title in such an emphatic way after leading by 35 at halftime.
Obviously, some things went our way with getting some takeaway. I mean, kickoff unit running down and getting 2 straight takeaways, if I remember right. That ended up making it a little bit lopsided. That's a really good football team. It's just one of those. I would have never predicted that in a million years. That's how it would have gone, because that's a good football team. But everything kind of went our way tonight.
How special was Jordan's night?
Yeah, I mean, he was running through tackles. I mean, he's a really good football player and did what he does every week and was exceptional.
You mentioned there's an offensive lineman of the week. Every week there's going to be somebody new. How well did they open up stuff for him?
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, they blocked really well, opened up the lanes. For the most part, protected us in the throw game. Thought that up front we played really well.
Forcing those fumbles there, I mean, how big was that for you guys, just momentum?
Obviously, I mean, there was a while where we weren't on the field at all for defense because we kept getting the ball back, the 2 straight on kickoff and forcing turnovers. I mean, that's the name of the game, you know, the team that comes away with more turnovers, and I think we won that category pretty handily. That can be how it can turn into, with 2 really good football teams, how it could turn into being something a little bit lopsided.
You noticed something during the week, Mark, in practice? This team was extra locked in?
I thought we had a good week. You know, I didn't sense that it was any more one way than in some of the other weeks. You know, I mean, I would have never predicted that we'd have pulled away like we did in the first half. I thought we had a good week, but wouldn't have seen this coming.
How strong defensively were you, just neutralizing them?
Yeah, I mean, they were still putting some drives together and so forth. We got tackled a little bit better, but again, we got some takeaways. We were able to get a stop at the end of the half, which I thought was a critical time for us. So really pleased with how we played, really, in all 3 phases.
How'd you like the atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I did peek up at one point, and I mean, I don't know what the numbers were, but this was an outstanding atmosphere. Both fan bases came out and supported, and it's kind of what I expected it to be. But really appreciative to our fans because they came out in full force, and I mean, it was the lower bowl was full, and then the upper part was quite a bit.
You know, as I mentioned late Friday night on the Friday Night Frenzy, if Moeller plays like this the rest of the season, I find it very difficult for any team to stop them in a journey to Canton and potentially to a state championship game. So certainly the Crusaders were clicking on all cylinders. Junior quarterback Luke Dunn, by the way, 10 of 10 in that first quarter. Obviously, everybody wants to kind of focus in on Jordan Marshall for good reason, obviously. But, that offense played lights out, and then defensively certainly contained Elder and really kind of limited the field position as well. Moeller plays at Cleveland St. Ignatius on Saturday afternoon before closing the regular season at home at Shea Stadium there in Norwood against Lakewood St. Edward, and then Detroit Martin Luther King Junior High School there in Week 10 as well. But before I go any further, I want to remind you that this High School Insider podcast is presented by our local Chick-fil-A restaurants, where the winning play is always chicken. Start your day tomorrow with a fresh, warm breakfast. Now, switching gears, our WCPO game of the week, as I mentioned, is undefeated Lakota West at 6-1 Fairfield this Friday night. And Lakota West can take another significant step toward a third consecutive GMC title with a victory on Friday, while Fairfield can capture its signature win of this season with a victory of its own. And I caught up with Fairfield coach Jason Krause at practice on Tuesday, and he discussed this showdown with the Firebirds.
Obviously, I think the message is, just the opportunity that we put ourselves in position to take advantage of. Hopefully, you play the game, and when you get this time of year, you hope that the games you're playing in mean something, and this week obviously means a lot.
I mean, week 8, obviously, you can't ask for much better. Being home here, they're undefeated. You guys 6-1. What do you think the atmosphere will be like out here Friday?
Well, it's also homecoming for us, so I think we've got some classes coming back to watch the game, and a lot of activities planned for the week, and I think our kids are excited just to get the opportunity to kind of get back on track after taking the loss 2 weeks ago. So I think it'll be a great atmosphere. I think it's going to be a packed house.
What did you like most about the way you guys bounced back against Hamilton?
Well, obviously Hamilton is that rival game for our kids. It's been a rivalry for a long time, and our kids know a lot of their kids, and obviously it was a tough physical football game, but I like the way that we played on all 3 phases. The week before, special struggled a little bit, so we bounced back in all 3 phases, and I just liked our physicality on Friday night.
Talon, obviously big night, accounted for 4 touchdowns. I mean, what did he mean for you guys?
Well, obviously it's so important to our offense to be able to throw the football, and he threw it pretty well Friday night. It's kind of funny, he wore 18 instead of 8, and before the game I said to him, maybe you'll throw it like Peyton tonight, and obviously he threw it much better, and 3 touchdown passes out of him was a huge effort, and that means a lot to our offense.
A lefty, Peyton, was there a reason why you wore 18?
We wore some old throwback jerseys, and 8 was just it was a large, and he didn't want a baggy jersey, so we went with a medium, and 18 was available, so that just was why he wore the different jersey.
Gotcha. What have you seen out of Jordan?
Jordan's back. He's battled a back injury a few weeks of the season, and he's back to 100% right now. And I think that 1-2 punch that he gives us in the backfield with Talon, that's kind of where things start for us. Obviously, the O-line is super important to that, but just the ability for those guys to go the distance anytime they touch it is huge.
What about your receiver, your young sophomore there, Noah King?
I tell you, Noah King is kind of coming out of his shell a little bit. When you get to this time of year and you're a sophomore, you're trending towards your junior season. So the expectations are that you're not a young sophomore anymore. It's time to start making some plays, and he's been doing that.
Defensively, obviously, Ray. Who else has really stood out for you?
Well, up front, I think Amir Rogers is really come into his own. I was talking to a couple of college guys this week, and I think he's kind of a hidden gem. I think he's a guy that people kind of perceive as a basketball kid, but I think he's a college football player all day, and he's really coming into his own. And then the back end, obviously, Josiah Jackson's been solid, and Ray Coney, like you said, but Kieran Love has done a lot of really good things for us. A couple weeks ago, he had to play running back when Jordan was out, and he rushed for over 130 yards that night, 2 touchdowns. So his versatility's meant a lot to our program.
What have you seen on film with West that makes them so
They're good.
Sure. Yeah.
They're good. Yeah, I mean, obviously they play fast on defense. They play simple and fast, and obviously it helps. They've got those 3 big-time defensive backs in the back end. Allows them to do some other things in the box just because they're so good back there. And obviously Mitch Bolton is a really good football player. He's a guy that you got to take care of with his feet and his arm. He's a true dual-threat guy, and I think our offense knows it starts with Mitch.
What's this game going to come down to in your mind?
I think it's going to come down to who plays clean football, penalties and turnovers and not getting behind chains and being able to stay ahead of the sticks and be able to stay on track with your offense in big plays. We can't give up any big plays. Can't allow Mitch to get loose on us and find receivers downfield. Got to stay in coverage, try to keep him obviously contained. So I think it's going to come down to those things.
Do you think you found a second gear with some of your guys, maybe especially Talon and some of your seniors after that loss to Princeton? Was there something that you saw in practice maybe leading up to last week?
Well, we faced some adversity obviously in the Princeton game, and we had a really good team meeting on Monday afterwards. Talked about a lot of things, a lot of honesty, and just where we're at and where we want to be. And And I think our kids really stepped it up last week in practice. Probably the best Tuesday practice I can recall in my career that we had last week. And I think it helped that we played Hamilton that week. And for our kids, that's a huge game. And like I said, a rivalry and our kids knowing those guys over there. And it meant a lot last week to win that football game. So it was a good one to have bouncing back after Princeton.
I can't wait for this atmosphere on Friday night at Fairfield Alumni Stadium. I was talking to Athletic Director Aaron Blankenship this week, and he said they're bringing in extra seating, anticipating a capacity crowd. So it's going to be a fantastic matchup. And as Coach Krause alluded to, Week 8, sometimes you get matchups that just don't mean a whole lot, in terms of the league ramifications or the computer points. But this game certainly means a lot. Lakota West number 2 in the computer points in Region 4, Fairfield number 7. Obviously, Fairfield an opportunity to clinch a share of the GMC title here in the next couple weeks with a victory on Friday night. So a lot of college talent on this roster as well. You talk about Josiah Jackson and Jordan Jackson, both going to West Virginia University from Fairfield, and then obviously that defensive backfield of Lakota West. Malik Hartford going to Ohio State, Joshua Fussell going to Northwestern, and Ben Minnick going to Notre Dame. So if you want to see some future college stars playing on Saturday afternoon, this game on Friday night is going to be the place to be in Greater Cincinnati this week. And it was great to catch up with Coach Krause, as I mentioned, and he was on our preseason podcast there at Chick-fil-A in Fairfield this summer. And speaking of which, this High School Insider podcast is presented by our local Chick-fil-A restaurants, where the winning play is always chicken. Download the app today for easy ordering. And if you followed high school football this season, you certainly know the name Drew Novak. He is a 2021 Ohio Mr. Football finalist, and he moved up to number 3 on the OHSA's career passing yards list during that 50-28 victory over visiting Clinton Massey this past week. Had a chance to catch up with Western Brown coach Nick Osborne, as he not only talked about the Broncos, but what Novak has meant to the team in receiving the statewide spotlight this season.
He doesn't care about all the media attention he gets. He really doesn't like it. But our O-line guys, the defensive guys, they always give him grief, like, oh, hey, it's Mr. Third all time, or it's, hey, he broke another record here, or, oh, hey, Drew. So they kind of throw it in his face and give him some grief about it. He absolutely he hates it, man. And it just shows you how humble of a kid he is. And but at the end of the day, when he sits back in 10, 15 years and sees the success that he had throughout his 4 years here, it's going to be unbelievable as he gets older. I don't think he really looks at it now because how young he is, but definitely when he, gets 20, 25 years old, he's definitely going to look back and say, I had a really, really good career here, and I'm glad, I was able to do it with his best friends.
What's it been like, that spotlight for you and the coaching staff too, knowing that every week that, the media is going to be asking and trying to highlight your program, obviously for good reasons, but what's that like?
Yeah, it's awesome kind of putting us back on the map. We came back 3 years ago. We have a lot of Western Brown alums on our staff. And that was the big thing is we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and you have to live in Brown County, know what Western Brown's about to be here. And it's a blue-collar community that is very tight-knit. And if you mess with one person, you mess with the whole community. So it's just our staff's done a phenomenal job since we've got here 3 years ago, putting our kids in the right positions that they may not have had before. And, it starts with a great community. We live in a great community, and every Friday night, home or away, we travel really, really well. And they're very, very supportive, and you couldn't ask for better support from anybody.
I know you're in the moment. I know you're in the season, but being a media person, you hear a lot of chatter, you hear people speculating and everything. Drew's college recruiting. I mean, what level can he play at? What schools is he hearing from, and what are his offers right now?
Yeah, right now, he's talking to Eastern Michigan and Rutgers. Had a visit to the UK a couple weeks ago. Going to Youngstown here next week. He's up at Ashland today. So he's really starting to hear a lot from Rutgers and Eastern Michigan. So he's just going to go wherever he feels is the best fit. He's going to play. And, like he said, he's just going to let the chips fall. If they want him, they want him. If not, then he's just going to go where he feels he can play.
What's the best part of him? Obviously, he's setting these records. He's 6'6". He's got the stats and everything. But beyond that, for people who haven't seen him in person or maybe have seen Western Brown, what are you telling the college coaches about his best attributes as a quarterback and as a leader of this team?
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a diamond in the rough that somebody gets, and someone's getting a steal with this kid. He's a freak of nature. You talk to anybody, they say they haven't seen anyone as good as him, since the Burrows of the world. 6'6", he's young, just turned 17, could be a junior, but he's really grown up a lot this year. He's put on 35 pounds from last offseason to now. And his leadership on the field and the way he can get to his second, third, fourth, fifth reads, he has really improved on from last year to now.
And kind of heading down the home stretch here, the regular season, Coach, obviously at Goshen to open up October. But what's kind of your message of the team is you get ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, we think we should be undefeated right now, and just proven again, the best we can do right now is 9-1 heading into the playoffs. And these next 3 weeks are huge for us, playoff points wise. Got Wilmington next week in the region, Goshen in the region. So big games these next 2 weeks, and just get the 9-1. That's the goal. 1-0 each week.
Coach, really appreciate your time. Best of luck to the Broncos.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, as you could tell there from Coach Osborne, certainly Drew Novak has meant everything to that Western Brown program, and it was a big crowd there at Mount Orab last Friday night as part of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown game, and disrupting Clinton Massey's significant SBAAC win streak there during the regular season. So Western Brown certainly a team to go watch in Division III, Region 12 going forward. Well, another team that is in that region certainly is Baden. Undefeated Rams are 7-0. They are going to host Chaminade Julian, one of the games to watch this weekend. That game will be played at Hamilton, and Coach Nick Yorty doing a fantastic job again with the team that was a Division III state runner-up a year ago. Also, you want to watch for Winton Woods at Milford. Obviously, Winton Woods got all it could handle from Kings last week, but the Warriors have won 16 consecutive games since winning the Division II state championship a year ago. And Coach Tom Grippa at Milford would love nothing more than an upset there in the ECC play. That would be a signature win for Milford for sure. Then Cincinnati Country is 6-1 at Clark Montessori. They are 4-3. That game will be played at Withrow on Friday night. And a couple of Saturday games, as I mentioned, Moeller undefeated, number 1 in the state poll, number 19 nationally by Max Preps. They go up to Cleveland to play St. Ignatius. Coach Chuck Kyle, longtime coach there for the Wildcats, is retiring after this season, but should be a great game up there in Northeast Ohio. And then a CMAC matchup to watch certainly on Saturday. Both teams 4-3. Withrow traveling to Woodward, and Withrow coming off a win last week, and Woodward off a narrow loss, but that certainly will be key in the CMAC standings when it's all said and done as well. Well, thanks again for watching and listening this week. We have a girls basketball episode that also published this week, so you want to check out that for sure. We talked to She Hoops Ohio staff members Drew Flotting and Bryce McKee as they previewed the upcoming season. I'm going to have an episode about boys basketball a little bit later this month, planning to talk to Corey Albertson from Triple Double Prospects about the boys basketball scene as well. Thanks again. I will talk to you next week.